Just doing a quick plot update. 17th of May 2016. Got some fertilizer beans out and sweet peas. Sweet peas in this first one. And then we've got cobra beans in that next one. With a munchkin pumpkin in the middle, which we're hoping we can train up the canes, but if it doesn't, it's got a bit of room to spread around here anyway. And then some more cobra over that side. Just plot round to the peas. Peas are really going well. Some are finding their way onto the wire. Bulb beans. Lots of flowers now. Lots of flowers on the strawberries. So I put a net over the top, just to protect them from the birds. I don't think you can see them through the net there. Let me lift it up a bit. What's that? I can't see the camera now. Oh, there you go. I can see it. See, flowers. Quite a few flowers around. We also put the runner beans out. That white stuff is lime. Not sure if it works, but the idea is to keep the slugs away. The idea of this frame is that the beans grow up the frame, keeping the middle more open than if you go the other way, because when you do it the normal wigwammy way, a bit like what we've done over there, they get quite congested at the top. And also doing it this way, the beans hang down from the canes. Makes it easier to spot them and pick them. You just walk along and they're hanging basically in front of you. Sweet Williams from last year, they're starting to flower now. Don't know if I can zoom into that. I think they'll be cut down this year, and we'll start some new ones next year. Got some strawberries in a bucket down here as well. They got flowers on them. And there's another bucket over there which I sort of forgot about really, but they look like they're coming along quite well, so I might rescue them out of that pile. These are the Autumn King carrots. They're looking okay. These are sweet candle. Bit of a sparse sowing, but I chucked a bit more seed in where there's gaps. So hopefully they'll come up through there. These are the bunching onions. Oh, there's a weed there that can come out. A few leaves. They're looking okay. Some garlic I'm just trialling in a tub. Never done it in a tub before. Still haven't cut the comfrey down. Let's try and do that today, I think. The apple tree blossom's starting to fall off now. Doesn't last long, does it? Still looking quite good though. Sweet peas in the polytunnel are still growing, but Plate says they're getting a bit short stemmed now, so we're going to probably dig them out shortly in next week. Nice perfume. I wish you had a smelly vision. I've potted up my overwintering chilies, the super hots. See how they do. I try not to overwater them. I keep them on the drier side and just give them a good flooding when you do water them, and then don't water them again for a little bit. I think they come from arid conditions anyway, and they don't like too much water. Might give them some comfrey feed though. This is the bell peppers that have been growing. Started off in the light box. Really nice plants now. I've potted them on. Don't know if I've done a video on that. But they'll be going into some big tubs later. May do a video on that today. And this over here is a cucumber. I think those three are cucumbers from the spot. These are some melons that somebody gave me. Oh, that's a fun spot as well there. Over there is a pumpkin, another pumpkin. That's a munchkin pumpkin as well. Then behind that is an early butternut squash. And another early butternut squash over there. I think I'm going to have to give them a bit of water, I think. The grape, still growing well. Got some chilies in here. Those were those plug plants I had. Hot cayenne. And I think there's a tomato. Is there a tomato at the back there or something like that? What's that? No, another pepper. More peppers at the back. Giving one of them away in a minute. Oh, a lot of this stuff really needs to go out. Definitely got to go outside anyway. I'm trying to build some cages to protect it. Lettuce there, probably planting out. Somebody gave me this plant. Somebody gave me this plant. It's supposed to be a tomato, but I don't think that's a tomato. Somehow. These are tomatoes, San Marzano. And this, what's this one? That's a Saint Pierre. I haven't told you much about these plants at the back here. I have mentioned it, but it was quite a while ago. Anyway, they're cauliflowers all year round. I think no heart's coming yet, but they're nice big plants there. Little gem lettuce, probably could pick some of them, thin them out a bit. Beetroot, doing really well. Oh, those are iceberg, these other lettuce. And this is the bunching onions again. And my leeks, yeah, they need to go out as well. I've got those 2 pots I was going to give to the sale, but they actually look better than the ones that I was going to keep for myself, so I've decided to keep them. Thought I'd show you my global bucket, just for making this up. It's a mixture of compost, perlite from about 25 to 30%. There, so you need it nice and fluffy. And what happens is you put the plant in here. I've got to put some dolomite lime around here. And some slow release for it. Mix some dolomite lime into the top 2 or 3 inches. Put a ring of slow release fertilizer around there. Put your plant in. Cover this up with black polythene. And then after that, all you do is water. And you water down through this pipe. Can you see that pipe? Goes right down to the bottom. It's got overflow holes on the side, so you can't overflow it, and that leaves about a ½ inch air gap between the soil and the water. And in true Blue Peter fashion, I'll show you what I made, well, not earlier, years ago. Be right back. Right, this will give you a more detailed view of it. There's the pipe. Just cut a little bit off like that so that it can't block up on the bottom. So if that touches the bottom, there's still an escape for the hole. The inner bucket needs to clean. Got to clean these out. It's got a square hole cut in it and a load of little holes all the way around for the drainage, and a big hole for the pipe. Yeah, the pipe goes in there like that. In the square hole goes a pond basket. The pond basket fits in like that and goes into the reservoir of the water. When you're putting the compost in here, you have to punch it down quite hard into that pond basket, and you do that all the way up, so that forms your wicking system. And the water is drawn up by the plant or the soil up into the upper layers of the compost, and obviously supplies the plants. The ring of slow release fertilizer feeds them, and some dolomite lime is just to aid, because it's what does the dolomite lime do? Well, when you grow things in, it's calcium basically. When you grow things in buckets and that, they tend to suffer from calcium deficiency, like tomatoes. Tomatoes like a bit of calcium in there when they're grown in pots for ringculture. Right, here's the other bucket. Not much changed from the other bucket. All it's changed is I've drilled some holes in here, and they're ½ inch below the bottom of this bucket. I don't know if I can show you that actually. Let's see if I can put it on there and show you. When you get the bucket initially, you just look through the side. Right, that's where it's resting. Hang on. That's where it's resting. This is going to be awkward, isn't it? This is where it's resting, and there's the hole, which is ½ inch below the bottom. So with the pond basket in, that fits in there. Tube goes down through the bottom bucket, the inside bucket, and then you fill that with the compost, and that's it. I just thought I'd show you the rest of making this bucket out. I've put all the compost in. And I want to add some dolomite lime. So I'm going to take ½ cup dolomite lime, just sprinkle it around the top. There's magnesium and calcium that this contains. Just mix it into the top. It helps to stop blossom and rot on tomatoes. Okay, that's that mixed in there. And just do a little ring on the outside. Half a cup of slow release fertilizer. Just sprinkle that around the edge. You don't want it by the roots of the plant. Plant's going in the middle. Just sprinkle that around. Cover it over. Down a little bit. There you go. Get your plant, in this case it's California Wonder Pepper. Just dig a bit of an hole out for it. I might add a bit more compost actually, so it brings it up a little bit more. Have a look when the plant's in there. There's not too much root on there, there's a fair bit. Now you want to try and keep it fairly high up. Just get a bit more compost. Just sprinkle a bit of that around. It's quite good to have a little mound, especially if you're putting these outside, which these won't be. I'll leave the label in there, I think. We'll just water it in slightly. Not much. And I think I'll get a cane as well. I'm going to just put a cane in as well to help support it if we need to. Keep it away from the root ball. Away from the pipe, I think. There you go. I'll put a safety thing on top in a minute. Right, I'll get back to you in a minute and show you the next bit. Right, I'm back. Just got a bit of an old plastic bag. I forgot to mention last time, why these are black is you don't want the light getting to the roots, because you get a lot of algae if you do. I know I've got a few bits missing here, but I might put some tape around them. So basically on that one I've got tape, on that one I've got paint, but sometimes I put tape on both or paint on both, doesn't really matter. And also the same with the bag, a black bag. I've cut just a little square, you know, across out of the middle. I've made one a bit longer to allow for the cane. So now I'm going to try and get that over the plant now. It's not always easy. Oh, hang on, I've forgotten to do the one for there as well. Oh, let me see if I can get them over the plant first. I can mark where that is. So just gently try and get the plant through the hole. There we go. There we go. Just mark the tube one now. Cut that out as well. Somewhere around there. purpose is to keep the moisture in as much as possible. Doing it this way, you don't use much water. Right, let's just take that around there, and I'm going to tie that up now. Just tie that around there. Just get some string and I'll come back to you again. Actually, I've decided to use a bit of wire. I think I'm going to have to put a label on the outside here as well, I otherwise you know what it is. So I might put a little label up in a minute, or a bit of insulation tape on it or something. There we go. That's good enough, I think. Just push it in so it don't catch your hands on it. Just going to cut a bit of the excess right away. Leave a fairly generous amount. Doesn't really matter. Everything I've grown in these, apart from last year, has been brilliant. And the only reason it wasn't very good last year was, I think, because of the quality of the compost. I better not mention them. And that's about it, I think. I'll just make another label up. California Wonder. I'm not going to water it for a bit now. Just going to let the roots get going. And back again. Oh, there's a bit of tape on the pot, wasn't there? So I'm just going to reuse that. Just stick it on here somewhere. Might just do it across the top of there actually. There we go. Oh, here's me eye defender. Just cuts like a little half across with a pair of scissors. Just poke them down through. It cuts it one way and it cuts the other. Then you can take the top off. You can put the top on the top of the cane, and then that grips it, and then clip the top back on. Not sure you're seeing this, but I'll just zoom you up a bit if you can see that. I'll just show you that again. There you go. Just cut a little bit of an hole in there with a pair of scissors. Slide that on top of the cane. It's quite a good fit, that, see? Don't fall down. And put the pot on and put the top back on. And they're pretty, they stay pretty firm. It's like you're poking your eye out. I'll show you what I've been doing today in a minute. I think the rain's gone off. It was absolutely bucketing down again. On and off all day. See you in a minute. There you are. That's what I've been doing. Not quite finished yet. A walking brassica cage. Plate's going to love that when she sees it. So I've got to get a bit more netting. Put all the way around the three sides. The netting going down at the other end, which is there at the moment, is going to be the door. Probably just with a weight on the bottom. Or maybe one of those pipes, I don't know yet. But as you can see, it's been very wet again. We've had some downpours today. I've been working on that on and off, avoiding the rain. Well, I hope you found that interesting, especially on the global bucket. I got 3 more to do yet, and I might actually show you me making one. If you can find any, the buckets you need would be great to get black ones or coloured ones that don't let any light in, but I haven't managed to find any. But the most important bit is that when you put one on top of the other, it leaves a reservoir of water at the bottom, so you need a space left at the bottom. You can find loads of buckets and they drop into one another, and there's maybe ½ inch or 1 inch at the bottom. That's no good. You want it to hold a bit of water in there. And I also didn't mention that the roots actually go right down to the bottom of the inner bucket, through those holes and into the water. I'm not sure if they go through the pond basket, but I think they do actually. I think they actually go all the way down through the holes and the pond basket into the reservoir of water at the end. So when you take it out, it's just full of roots, and that's why you get such good plants and fruiting. Anyway, we'll follow that throughout the period of the year, and we'll see how we get on. So, like I always say, like, subscribe, comment, suggestions, whatever. Happy gardening. See you soon.